All right. Hello, friends. My name is Neish, and this is Truthfully Tarot. And this is Mystery Messages, which is something that I've decided to do that kind of gets away from like more of the sign based situation. I will do tarot readings according to the signs, but I kind of want to focus on just like getting messages out there to the collective that this video may or may not resonate with. You know what I'm saying? So I've already pulled the cards. I already got the energy out here already. I have my little mirror like screen right here. So if you see me like looking over like off, it's literally because I'm looking at myself and seeing how I look. Just so you know. But yeah, I just kind of want to put messages out there. I feel like part of what my mission is, part of my why is to literally just say the messages, to not judge the messages, to not judge you, but to create a dynamic where if this is for you, that you receive something from it. And if you receive something from it, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Maybe subscribe to my channel. It is what it is. So I have the cards out for the first message, and then I will actually pull from Oracle decks to Moon decks. I'll pull from for just like either advice or just encouragement or whatever. And then we'll see, like it's alive. So we're live out here. So I may do another spread as well. It just kind of depends on what it feels like, but let's jump on in. So the first row I have is the past, and it is King of Pentacles. It is the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. So this is going to apply to a few different people. So some of you have been very focused on work, very, very, very focused on your money, very focused on your career, very driven. You could definitely be single. Like this is definitely giving you're single. You're trying to get your money up. You're trying to establish yourself in the world. Some of you are already established in the world already. And it seems like for the most part, you've been enjoying being single. You have been enjoying your money or trying to get money or just enjoying the social life or a social scene. And again, that can look like a bunch of different things for a bunch of different people. But overall, you are somebody who's been career focused, very ambitious. You are single and you are kind of enjoying your social life. You're just enjoying being single and being out there and talking to people and going out and having a good time, or just being a part of a community, being a part of social circles, doing events. You could have gone to a wedding recently, something like that. Ambitious. Also, the bottom deck energy here is the Ace of Swords. So I don't know if you can see him very clearly, but the Ace of Swords, not Ace of Swords. Oh my God. The King of Swords, which is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy. It's so funny, this under deck energy. We'll get there. If you can see it, it's the Two of Cups. But you're single, you're career focused, you're ambitious, you're trying to get your money up or your money is up. You are happily single, supposedly. So the middle row is the present, right? So the present, we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Sun, and then we have the the Page of Wands. I don't know why I'm looking at these cards and saying other cards, but I keep saying aces. So it feels like for some of you guys, you could be on the precipice of a new beginning, or you feel like a new beginning is coming, or you feel like there's about to be a shift that kind of initiates some type of newness in your life. You could just be energetically feeling like newness or a rebirth, or like a sense of something has ended. And so now something new is taking its place, right? It doesn't even have to be something completely different. It could just be like an old part of you is dying and a new part is emerging. An old mindset is being released and a new mindset is coming, which I think is to this point is the Seven of Pentacles here is definitely giving me you're reevaluating your status as a single person who is very committed to your work. It's not that you're doubting work. It's like there's a part of you that is beginning to realize with the sun, it's coming up in your conscious mind that you want to be in a relationship. So we had the Ace of, when the Page of Wands came out, the 10 of Wands came out with it. And so it feels like some of you are starting to want a relationship. It feels like you could definitely be the type of person that dates around a lot, or is really on the apps, or really just you're in the scene. Like you're just, it's very social energy what I'm getting from you. But there is like this tied to your money and tied to your independence. It's like I need money or I want more money, and I want independence. I like my freedom. I like being able to come and go. I like not being tied down. But it feels like you're starting to realize that you want more. It's like you're looking at your life and you're feeling like something is missing. Like there's something that is like lacking. Like it's like you've been investing in all these things and you're looking at your investments. You're looking at how you spent your time. You're looking at how you spent your money. You're looking at how you spent your energy. You're just looking at all of these things and you're like, am I really happy? Like, am I really actually, is this fulfillment? Is this as good as life gets? Is this it? Like, it feels like that's the energy. You're just like, is this it? Is this all that I'm wanting? Is this everything? Like, I like being single. I like being having my freedom, but it just feels like you're starting to, it's like a little ideas popping up in your mind where you're like, huh, like maybe I should settle down. Or if it's not settled down, maybe because settle down can have like a lot of things attached to it, like a suburban life. And I don't think for some of you guys that's what you want. Maybe for some of you guys, sure. But for a lot of you guys, it's almost like there is something like some of you are beginning to feel like a relationship may bring you a certain kind of consistent happiness or like a certain kind of fulfillment. It's like you're desiring a certain kind of fulfillment that you feel like you can no longer get in your current place in life, like where you're currently like been very socializing or you were very like dating around in the social scene, unattached, non-committal, especially with again the king of swords is a very detached and analytical energy. It's a very like utilitarian energy. Like the king of swords is very like this part of my life is here, this part of my life is here, this part of my life is here, and when I'm in this part of my life I engage in this way. It's very structured, very organized, very logical, very critical, very like this is that. Everything has its place, everything has it's also similar to the king of pentacles in that there is this reliance on logic and a sense of like order, right? Both the king of swords and the king of pentacles like order. And again, this isn't about being a man or a woman. It's like energetically, is this applying to you, right? But there is just this like realization that like maybe I want a family, maybe I want children, maybe I want to be and pursue a long-term relationship, maybe I am ready for that kind of commitment in my life, right? In the same vein, I have, so that was past, present, and now in the like future slash advice, we have the nine of wands, we have the nine of cups, and then we have the three of cups here. I feel like it's like on the one hand, you are considering the fact that maybe a relationship might be in the cards for you, or maybe that you might want to be in a long term relationship, or that maybe you want to not give up a little bit of your freedom, but like explore commitment in a different kind of way. Like there is still seems to be a level of resistance to this idea, though. It's like, yeah, you're thinking about it. Yeah, you're considering it, but there seems to be a bit of resistance around it because it's like you've told yourself, this is the life that I want. This single dating, or like only have friends, or like friendships could be really important for you. So if you are aware of astrology, maybe you have a really active 11th house, like where you have a vast network of people, or a very diverse and fun and interesting network, or a network that you pull on. Either way, it's almost like you've told yourself that friendship and business relationship is what I want, is my fulfillment, is my dream. And so the idea of actually settling down, the idea of actually having to make certain adjustments to your lifestyle to make space for actual grounded commitment that feels real, feels like I don't fully want to give up on my life. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the energy that I'm getting from this. It's like there just seems to be some doubt. It's almost like I don't know if I really want to do this, right? Because we have two nines here, and nines are about cycles, right? It's about breaking cycles, right? And so with a nine of wands and a nine of cups, it's about the relationship between wish fulfillment and doubt and defensiveness, right? And so it feels like some of the collective that this particular reading is speaking to, it could be struggling in the tension between faith and doubt, or hope and disappointment, or like there's almost a sense of some of you guys could have tried for relationships in the past and it didn't work out. And so there is this like fear attached to believing and hoping that, you could find this partner. It's almost been like for some of you guys, like I don't want to say that your insistence on independence and singleness is a trauma response, but I think for some of you guys, your insistence on singleness and independence, for some of you guys, has come out of like a trauma or a bad relationship, or something, that is a little bit deeper. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like there is this internal, it feels internal resistance around worthiness also for some of you guys, like this sense of like, am I good enough for this? Am I going to sabotage this? So it's like on the one hand, this collective is like, I think I want a long-term relationship. I think I may be finished with this single dating around, whatever that means for you, however you like add meaning to that. It feels like for some of you guys, you really could be considering wanting to shift and navigate into a different phase of your life where maybe you become a family person, or that's something that you're wanting, but there are some fears and things associated with that. And also like a fear of the loss of your social life. A part of you feels like if you get into a long-term relationship, if you commit to a person, then that means that all these other relationships that surround you, that orbit around you, will have to change. And it feels like there could be some resistance to that having to change. It's almost like for some of you, if you get into a long-term committed relationship, because of how you maybe operate in the midst of your network, your community, or your friend circles, it would mean you would have to put boundaries on other relationships. And so there could be this resistance, to this desire, right? This desire to want to be in a long-term relationship. There could be some resistance there because that means you'd have to put boundaries on some of your friendships or some of the relationships that you don't, where the boundaries are nebulous, right? Where things aren't quite clear. Like if you have a bunch of situationships going on, or you have relationships with people, and it's almost like for some of you guys, it's like a little bit messy. No judgment, but it's like this relationship over here is kind of undefined, and you can get out of it what you need when you need, and this relationship is this way, and so you can kind of get what you need out of it. And so it's like it's like you've maintained this sense of independence and singleness, right? And it's allowed you to be able to have a really, rich community network and social situation. But it's almost like you taking on this relationship, like taking on a relationship. It could be a specific relationship. You could be contemplating committing to a specific person or that type of thing. But it just feels like you're also hesitant to put up boundaries around certain relationships in your life. Or again, there is this like fear associated with commitment, or a fear associated with settling down, or a fear associated with believing that you are worthy of that type of relationship dynamic. Wow. And I think it's so funny because underneath the King of Swords is the Two of Cups, which is about a relationship. Like obviously there like this sense of equal give and take, right? A sense of partnership, a sense of like you are not alone. And not that you necessarily struggle with being alone. A lot of you guys could really like being alone with the King of Pentacles here and the Nine of Pentacles. You could really enjoy being alone. You actually could like your alone time a whole lot. But again, it's like some of you guys are really contemplating and thinking about being in a relationship or being open to a relationship. And it's a very like, it's coming from a very logical place. Sorry, there's like incense smoke just like hovering right there. But it's like almost you're thinking about it also from a very logical, systematic place too. Yeah, and it also just feels like you would, if this applies to some of you, you would have to adjust your relationships. Like, and it could be a particular relationship that you would have to adjust in order to make space for a committed partner, right? And it feels like there is some resistance to that. Wow. Let's see what some advice for you is from the from my Moonology deck. It was so funny. I live in California, and I live in a suburb of California, and I live in Medina, Pasadena. And I was driving around and I saw this bookstore that I never saw before. And I don't know why, but I stopped and I turned around and I went into it. And it was a very like random ass, like, it's one of those bookstores where the guy in there is like older with disheveled white hair and he has very interesting, weird music playing, but it looks like his own personal like room that just has books everywhere and nothing seems organized, but he could probably tell you where every exact book in that spot is. Like, it definitely is giving like it was definitely giving like Harry Potter vibes or whatever. So anyway, I go in there and I'm like, where are your astrology books? And like right as I was asking that, he like looks directly like beside me. He goes, right there in front of you. And I saw this deck, the Moonology deck, there discounted for so fucking cheap. And I had been wanting to buy this deck. This was the next deck I had been wanting to buy. And I was like, oh wow, that's a really cool coincidence. All right. We got 3 cards here. So funny. You could definitely be an Aquarius or have an Aquarius placement. So the first card is show the world the real you. And honestly, I think that this is, and so what's funny is the bottom deck energy here is Aquarius as well. And it's bring love into this situation. So you could definitely have Aquarius placements or be an Aquarius. And Aquarius is about authenticity in a different way than Leo is, because Leo is the opposite sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius is very logical, very data driven, but also very how do I describe Aquarius? Because there's, again, Aquarius is an energetic archetype. So it's not just about a personality type. This is about recognizing who you really are and being willing to put that forward in your relationship. So like for you in this particular context, like if you are actually wanting a committed relationship, then that means you need to start showing up in the world as if you want a committed relationship, as if you want something long term or you want to begin to invest in something, you know, longer term. It's like acknowledging, accepting who you are in this moment and leaning into that energy. And so then we have the full moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. And it could be this sense of, again, like I'm getting very logical air energy here, especially with the King of Pentacles starting the deck. So it could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn as well, could be an influence here as well. But I say that because those energies are very logical. They're very structured. They're very like to the point. And so you could intuitively be feeling like, oh, I think I want to settle down. I think I want a long-term relationship. If it's not settled down, I think I want a long-term partnership. I think I want to invest in something. I think I want to be open to the one and maybe not be so in the dating world. You know what I'm saying? But you have to balance that intuition with your actions, practicality, your physical reality, your world. So, you know, and then the last card is new moon in Gemini. Communication is key. And I love all this air energy. There's definitely air energy here. And so we have 2 full moons and a new moon. And so full moons are about culmination and letting go, right? So acknowledging what it is you really want, how you want to move, how you want to exist in your relationships, the type of relationship you actually want, and then releasing the activities and the parts of you that would hinder you moving forward with that. And then we have the new moon, communication. So I think that if there is a specific person that you have on your mind that you want to initiate a long-term relationship with, or, you know, and again, this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, right? This could be a business partnership. This could be a friendship. This could be, you know, it could be any type of thing. It's like, it's the feeling of like wanting to commit to something, wanting to explore something fully and completely more, right? And so it could be you need to reach out to this person, communicate with this person, communicate with this business, communicate or negotiate what it is that you want. You know what I'm saying? It could be that. It's kind of the energy here. And so, but again, the bottom deck in Aquarius is new moon. So you have 2 new moons and 2 full moons. So we have endings and beginnings here. Endings and beginnings here. I love that. Endings and beginnings here. I love to see it. I love to see it for you. And then we'll do one more card from the Another Moonology deck. I also recently purchased this deck. Look at this. Avoid drama. Avoid drama. What I appreciate about this card, avoid drama, and I think it's specifically talking about, given the context of this reading, I think your friendships, your social circles, your network, and your approach to dating and your approach to relationships. I think that if you were to want to pursue a long-term drama is like being able to look at these relationships that maybe are a little bit nebulous in the boundaries, or you kind of have these friendships that aren't quite friendships all the way. It's like a cleaning up energy, it's like a clearing out energy, it's like avoiding drama. Like, you don't want, if you were to meet someone that you want to build a life with, you don't want to have to go back and clear up and cut out all of these relationships. You want to prepare yourself for it. So I really feel like the message for you, for this group, is like, if you're wanting to shift out of this like dating, non-committal, only heavily focused on work energy, into wanting to focus either on a long-term business partnership, relationship, or something in which it would require you to adjust your other relationships in your life to make space to build out and invest in a specific relationship, then doing that, cleaning that up, clearing that out, making peace with having closure, is a way to avoid drama for this future partnership that you may want in your life. So that's all I have for you, friends. Sorry about that little hiccup. I'm going to watch the playback and see how that actually affected my video, because I didn't know that I was going to get calls while I'm recording, that it would do that to my screen. So it is what it is. So much love. And let me know if you resonate with this. All right. Peace out. Bye-bye. How do I stop this? Not me still like being live and not knowing how to turn off this thing. Oh, there we go. I couldn't find the button.